Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today. I am Dr. Turshá Hamilton. I am your naturopathic doctor and holistic health coach. And my goal is to help those with hypertension, diabetes, digestive distress to live better. One of the ways that we can begin to live better is to understand what stress is, understand how it's affecting us, and understand some things that we can do about it. So, last night I had the opportunity to speak to an organization about stress, especially during these times right now that are unheard of in our lifetime. So we're dealing with a global pandemic still, a very new virus that is new to humans. Even though we've been dealing with viruses before, we have dealt with um, coronavirus before. We just never dealt with this particular type of virus. So we don't know what to expect. We've been some we have been locked down at home for um, we've been locked down at home for 5 6 weeks already at least. No, 5 or 6 months, sorry about that. So since March, it's now July. Various stages of lockdown, and there's financial unrest because so many people have been out of work or have had decreased um, hours at work. Businesses are closing. Bills are still piling up. Children are at home, having to, or were at home, having to be homeschooled. Now it's summertime and we have to figure out what to do with children. Do they go to summer camp? Do they not? Are they still quarantined? We still have to social distance ourselves. We have to wear masks, all of these things. And then we have civil unrest all across the country, all across the world. Lots of videos of death and destruction and protest and anger and sadness and anxiety. Lots of people are feeling these things, are feeling fear, feeling anxiety, feeling anger toward each other, toward what they see, toward what they hear. It's just so much. It's so much. And all of this is on top of the regular everyday stress, anxiety, uncertainty that we were already feeling in most of our lives. Most of us have never learned how to manage stress. Most of us have never learned how to manage stress. Excuse me. Most of us have never learned how to manage stress. So we don't know exactly what to do with stress. We don't know uh, where to put it, um, how to deal with it. We don't know how to sit with it, be in the moment, process it, and then move forward in a healthy way so that it doesn't damage us later. So, what I want to do today, which is what I did last night for that organization, is I want to talk to you about what stress is. I'm going to start there. What stress is, how it affects our body, more importantly, right? And then give you some tips on what you can do about it. So I'm going to share my screen because, of course, everything is better when you have um, everything is better when you have, you know, visuals. All right. So, first thing is that stress has a complete effect on every single part of your body. We don't often think about that. We think about stress as tension in our shoulders, in our heads sometime, but stress actually affects every single part of our body. And this is how. So, your body has a nervous system. As I'm sure you know, your nervous system is sort of like your electrical system of your body. It's like the wires in your house that send electricity to all parts of your house. So your lights can work, your refrigerator can work, your air conditioning can work, all of these things because of electricity. Your nervous system is similar in many ways. So there's a part of your nervous system called the autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system has two main parts. You have your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. Those are two big words that basically mean sympathetic is your fight or flight system. Some people call it fight, flight, or freeze. So it's that system that is helping you in time of danger. Your parasympathetic system, on the other hand, is referred to as rest and digest. So the rest and digest system is that system in which your body is not in any kind of stress and it's able to do a lot of other functions. So let's get into it. On the right side of your screen, you should see it says fight or flight reaction and some of the things that's listed. So you have an increased breathing rate. You start to breathe a lot faster and a lot deeper. Basically, what's happening is your body is taking in extra air so that you can take in extra oxygen, so that that oxygen can get to your muscles quicker, so that you can either fight your way out of danger, you can run away from the danger, or you might freeze. But hopefully, you're doing more of either the fighting or the running. You have an increase in your heart rate. Again, your heart is trying to pump more blood to the rest of your body, namely your arms and your legs, so that you can either run away from the danger or you can fight the danger. You have increase in pupil dilation. So your pupils get really big so that you can get more light in, you can see more acutely where you're either going to run or where you are going to either where you're going to run or how you're going to be able to fight your predator, fight your foe in order to get the advantage and hopefully win. Your adrenal glands, little bitty glands that sit on top of your kidneys, like a little hat. Your adrenal glands actually produce adrenaline. So I know most of you have heard the term adrenaline. Adrenaline is basically that chemical that your body produces in order to help you to run faster, to give you more strength, so that you can actually get out of danger more quickly. Maybe you've heard the stories of a child being pinned under a car and the mother sees it and the mother runs over to the child and picks up the car with one hand and pulls the child out of danger. So that is adrenaline. Or you'll hear about a person that got shot or stabbed, and that person will not even know that they're hit, and they'll keep doing whatever they need to do to get out of danger, and they won't feel the pain or they won't know that they've been injured until long after the incident. That's adrenaline. Adrenaline basically helps you keep going better and stronger while you're in danger so that you can hopefully get out of danger and get out of danger alive. All right. And there are other things that happen, like your liver starts to actually produce glucose so that you can have more readily available sugar for your arms and your legs to actually be able to move to help you get out of danger, whether that means fighting or running. All of those happen in a very short amount of time to get you out of danger. All right? That's fight or flight. The opposite is rest and digest. So, rest and digest basically has the functions of what are called SLUD. SLLUDD. So, salivation. Your mouth produces saliva to begin the digestive process. Lacrimation. You're able to produce tears in order to cry, in order to process emotion. Lactation. Ladies, women, or people with breasts are able to produce milk in order to feed their young, all right, feed their babies. Urination, you're able to urinate. Defecation, you're able to release your waste materials, the end product of digestion. And the last D is digestion. So you're actually able to properly digest the food, break it down, extract the nutrients, absorb the nutrients into your body, and process the rest of it so that you can defecate the waste products out of your body. Now, that's rest and digest. If you are in sympathetic, if you're in fight or flight, those SLUD properties, SLLUDD, they shut off or they become extremely inefficient because your body is trying to take all of the energy that it normally uses for all of those things, and that's a lot of energy. Take that energy and focus it in on you getting out of danger, you running or you fighting. You don't want to waste energy trying to digest your hamburger when you're about to be an animal steak, or you're about to be a lion, a tiger, a bear's hamburger. There's no reason for you to digest because that's just energy being taken away from a crucial moment. You don't need to be having sex while you are in danger, right? You can't stop to feed your child if you're in danger. So lactation stops when you're in danger. Now, the thing is, our bodies don't know the difference between running away from a lion, a tiger, a bear, a pit bull, and watching a video of someone getting beat up or hearing another story of someone dying violently, or being told by your job that you can't work right now for the fourth month in a row because so many things are uncertain. Doesn't know the difference between that or you being in morning traffic and very angry that you're in traffic, or worried that you're about to be late at work again, or you having a deadline at work and uh, you're nowhere near being complete with the deadline, right? All of these things are stressors. And your body doesn't know the difference between an actual physical threat and those that are mentally emotional. So think about this. You wake up in the morning to an alarm clock. Alarm clock jars you. That's automatic stress. First thing in the morning, you get jolted. That's a stress response already. So maybe you're late. Now you have to wake up the entire family, have to get get everyone cleaned and brushed teeth and combed hair and fed and out the door in time. And of course, somebody's going to be late. Somebody's going to miss a shoe. So, getting everybody to their bus, somebody might miss the bus, which means now you have to take extra time to take that little person to school, which is not on your route to work, making you even later for work. You drop them off, you get in traffic. You're angry about traffic. You're worried that you're going to be late at work again. You get to work, you're late, deadline, right? You have all the things to do. People keep piling things up on you. End of work. Oh, you have lunch, but you have to eat lunch on the go. And so you're eating and you're worried and you're doing. You get off work, you have to fight traffic again. You go pick up everybody. Everybody's, you're cooking for everybody. People are yelling and screaming and complaining. And by the time everybody finally gets to bed, you take a few more hours to take care of some things that you weren't able to take care of. It's way past your bedtime. You get about 4 hours of sleep. Cycle starts over with an alarm clock. You have basically been fighting the bear for 24 hours non-stop. Non-stop. So that means you've been under chronic stress for 24 full hours. 24 full hours. you've been under chronic stress. So, what does that look like in your body? I already talked about what the short term stress does on your left, how your heart beats faster, your breath increases, your muscles tense up because now you have to fight or you have to run. So, it's preparing to get that done to help you get out of danger, all of those things. But long term causes certain things too. So, some of the things that are listed are your mental health problems, right? That can severely affect your mental health. Think about all the people who are under chronic stress and have begin having anxiety, depression, um, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, suicidal ideation, all of those things. That's not uncommon for people who are chronically under stress and chronically traumatized. Headaches, if your body is always tense, then that's going to affect the muscles in your head, or it could. That can also affect the vessels in your brain and affect blood flow into your brain. So you can get chronic headaches and chronic migraines. If your heart is always pumping fast and always under stress, that can create heart problems, troubles breathing, increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Remember, I said that in stressful times, your body produces glucose, your body produces sugar to help you get out of stress. So now you're chronically producing glucose because you're chronically in stress. And then when we're under stress, we don't eat the most healthy food. So you're eating food that can also promote diabetes type 2. So now all these factors are increasing your risk of type 2 diabetes. It's also increasing your risk of obesity for the same reason, increasing your risk of hypertension, high blood pressure. Think about the word hypertension. Hyper means high, excess, above. Tension, stress or pressure. High amounts of pressure is hypertension. So, having increased stress for a long period of time is increasing your chances of having chronically high blood pressure. Fertility problems. In your adrenal glands, those glands that produce adrenaline, they also produce cortisol, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. Estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone are your sex hormones, male and female. These are the hormones that actually help you to reproduce. If you are chronically under stress, chronically pushing out cortisol, your body is going to stop producing as much of those sex hormones because, again, you're trying to get out of danger. So it cannot funnel those resources to you creating a baby because it's trying to keep you out of danger. So chronic stress can also affect your fertility. And I've seen it, I've talked to colleagues who've seen it time and time again. It is very, very real. So these are some of the effects that chronic stress can have on your body. Now, what do you do with that information? How do you affect change within your body so that even if stressful events are happening around you, they don't affect you as much? Let's talk about some of those techniques. The very first thing that I would recommend to you and to anybody is consider getting therapy. Consider going to counseling or to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Go to a healthcare professional that knows and understands how to deal with stress and trauma and negative events that have occurred in your life, not only now, but when you were younger, when you were a little kid. All of that affects you right now. And if you've never been taught any techniques on how to handle it, and you never started to try to figure out for yourself how to handle it, you're probably not going to handle it as well. Some do, but most of us don't. So, who needs to have a therapist? My thought is if you are a living person, if you are a living person, you need a therapist or a counselor. You need to talk to someone who has the skills, the techniques, the training to be able to hear what you're saying, delve a little bit deeper into what is meant, what you're meaning by it, what is meant by what you're saying, can help you dig under the layers of stuff in your life, your mind, your body, your spirit, and help you safely be able to process that. Going to therapy does not mean that you're crazy. It does not mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean any of that. Going to a therapist means the same as seeking a minister to pray for you or pray with you when you have spiritual needs. It's like going to a financial counselor or a CPA or someone like that when you have financial concerns. It's like going to a lawyer when you have legal concerns. It's like going to a physician, a primary care doctor or specialist when you have medical concerns. Same thing. If you have mental emotional concerns, see a mental emotional specialist. We need to remove the stigma around going to therapy because the stigmas just don't make any sense. If you need some support, get some support. That's all that means is you need help processing some things. So there's that. Some herbs can actually help you. I absolutely adore herbal medicine. Herbal medicine is a beautiful way to help the body holistically and synergistically begin to heal. Now, there are many different herbs in the world, and a lot of these herbs have many different functions. This is just a few, the small list of herbs that you may be more familiar with that are really good at helping us to handle stress. So, lavender, most of us know that we can use the herb or the essential oil, and it's calming and relaxing and it helps you sleep. Chamomile, same thing. Lots of people drink chamomile tea to help them in the evening to wind down to get some sleep. Kava is another one that sort of helps a body down, helps a person wind down, get some sleep. And ashwagandha, some of you may have heard this name. This is an herb that actually helps you to handle stress better. It's called an adaptogen. It helps the body adapt to stress and pressure without wearing you out. Herbal medicine is beautiful. So if you know of some herbs, feel free to try some of them. Make a tea. You may be able to find tinctures at some health food stores. You might find capsules, but herbal medicine is beautiful to help your body handle stress. Grounding, connecting with the earth, literally connecting with the earth. So grounding basically means some of the ways you can ground yourself are taking your shoes off and putting your feet in the grass, um, sitting in a tree or on a tree, literally hugging a tree, um, swimming in the ocean. These are just a few ways that you can ground yourself. The earth actually is a reservoir of electrons, and we need electrons. We need electrons for our cells to work. And because we wear shoes so much that disconnect us from the earth, because we're always in our head, because we are so stressed out, we usually don't have enough of them. And so grounding us literally helps you to calm down, to ground yourself, to relax, um, by having that electron exchange between you and the earth. So, grounding yourself can be super beneficial for calming and relaxing and getting yourself back into a place of calm. Eat your veggies. You already knew this. Eat your veggies. So, when we eat poorly, the short way of talking about this is that eating poorly can actually cause your body internal stress. Your body has to use a lot of resources in order to process these non-foods and with very little nutritional return. You don't get as many vitamins, you don't get as many minerals and other nutrients from these foods that have been highly processed, which means you don't have as many raw materials to help your cells function. That creates internal stress along with the stress that you're already exposed to. So, eat your vegetables so that you can have some of these raw materials so your cells and your body, your tissues, can actually work better. That will actually decrease your stress because now your internal body is not clamoring for nutrients in order to help you keep moving throughout the day. Get some sleep. Your body needs sleep in order to heal. Sleep is the time that your body grows, heals, rejuvenates, repairs. It doesn't happen as much while you're on the go because you're taking that energy and you're using it to think and to see and to focus and to do all the things that we do during the day. When we sleep, that's the time that all of that energy can be focused within to actually heal and repair our body, to heal the day's stress, to process the stress of the day, the activities of the day. That is our time. And if we're not getting adequate sleep, if we're not going through all the stages of sleep that we need to go through, then our bodies can't do it as much or as well. So it is our responsibility to get as much sleep as possible so that we can be healthy and so that our bodies can actually handle stress. When we don't get enough sleep, we're more snippy, our patience is less. Many of us can't think as well, so you're not as sharp. Uh, a lot of us a lot of people get brain fog, so their thinking is cloudy and muddy. You just can't function as well. And not being able to function as well increases the stress on top of the lack of sleep and the moodiness and the whatever else you're feeling. So get some sleep because it's important. Find your tribe. What I've personally noticed over these last 4 or 5 months of this pandemic is creating a tribe, a group of people that I can call on when I need support is important. People you trust, people that have your back, people that have your best interest at heart. It's not always going to be your family. It's not always going to be your best friend. Sometimes you need other people for those types of things because the people that are already in your life, they're not very well equipped for this, whatever this is for you. So in that case, you have to find your tribe of people to help support you. That has been a lifesaver for me these last few weeks, these last few months, I should say. So finding friends, colleagues, associates, organizations of people who have interests that you have, classes, whether they are online or they're in person, classes of things you want to learn or things that you need motivation to continue. Find your tribe. Now, here's some stress relief techniques. So these are things that you can do to help with managing stress. But here are some other techniques that you can use. Take vacations daily. So when I say take vacations daily, what I mean is every single day, take 5 minutes, minimum of 5 minutes once a day to do something where you escape into a blissful reality. You should go somewhere that is peaceful, calm, enjoyable. 5 minutes is a great start. Set your timer and do some activity where you're in the moment. You're not thinking about the future. You're not worried about the past. You're right here in the moment. And then you want to be in that moment with all of your senses. Example, if You decide if you have a vacation spot that you either loved or that you want to go to. Have a picture of that place. And for 5 minutes, look at that picture. So now your eyes are engaged with the beauty of that area. Notice all the colors. Notice all the images at that location. And then start to imagine, what does it feel like? Can you feel the wind on your skin? Can you feel the sand on your feet? Can you feel the water on your legs? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Are you eating? Are you drinking a nice adult beverage with an umbrella in it? Is it cold? What does it smell like? Can you smell the ocean air? What does it sound like? Can you hear the birds? Can you hear the water lapping up on the beach? Can you hear the trees rustling? What does it sound like? Engage all of your senses in that moment. Research studies have shown that doing this is beneficial to your health and it doesn't have to cost anything. Just escape for a little bit of time, and you, for 5 minutes, broke that cycle of stress. It's only 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes can still be very beneficial for you and your health. So take vacations every single day. Yoga or just stretching, whatever it is, stretching out your muscles, literally stretching your muscles so that they're not as tense, can help you relieve the tension and stress in your body, beginning with your muscles. So even if you don't necessarily want to do a yoga practice, do some stretching, box breathing, or any breathing exercise. So box breathing is breathing where it every phase of it is the exact same length. So let's say 4. So you inhale for a count of 4, you hold it for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, and keep doing that, right? Box breathing. That's a very simple breathing technique that you can do anywhere. You can do it in your car, sitting in traffic, in the morning, in the evening, when you're in rush hour traffic, whenever they open up outside again and things get back to normal, or whenever you are at your desk working and things get stressful, you can do this anywhere to help you calm down and recenter and refocus. Exercise can help you get rid of some of that energy that's inside that just makes you feel like you're frantic. Um, it can help to, you know, produce some of the happy hormones, happy brain chemicals, neurotransmitters in your body, help increase your joy, increase your strength, increase your endurance, which also can help you um, be less stressed. I would caution you though, don't exercise so hard that you've actually begun to create more stress. Modify your exercise so that it is challenging, but it's not going to deplete you. So that, you know, can be a fine line between what you should do and what you should not do. And it may take some trial and error. Laughter. Did you know that children laugh upwards of 300 times a day? Adults laugh maybe 5 or 6. Why is adulting so boring? We have to learn to laugh regularly. We have to learn to laugh. Laughter is good medicine. When we laugh, we produce happy hormones, happy neurotransmitters in our body, and those actually produce health benefits within our body. They help our bodies to heal. They help relieve depression and anxiety. They help give us a better outlook on life. Laughter is good medicine. And again, it's free. So you can laugh with your tribe. You can use, you know, do some other things that you enjoy that make you laugh. Laughter is good medicine. Journaling. Sometimes we just need to get everything out of our head so that our heads are clear, our mind is clear. writing things down in a journal, typing things up on an online journal, whether it's a Word document or whatever it is. Getting those things out of your head and onto a piece of paper or something is beneficial. It can help you process it more. Again, it helps to free you from it, because it's not jumping around in your brain. It may help you to see it better so that you can actually get through it or process it better. So consider journaling and meditation. So meditation doesn't necessarily have to mean you're sitting on the floor or sitting on the ground under a tree in the lotus position with your fingers like this saying Om. That doesn't have to be meditation. Last time I looked, there were like 6 different types of meditation. Choose one. It can be a walking meditation, it can be, you know, singing meditation. There's so many different ways that you can meditate. But basically, it's like another way to take vacations daily. It's a way to take your mind and focus it on the here and now so that you're not thinking about the past or the future. You're just in the moment. And that is beneficial to your health. So that's it for this video on way how stress affects your body and what you can do about it. If you have any questions, you can find me on my website, www.drturshah.com. You can also find me on social media on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter at Dr. Turshá, DrTursha. If you would like to see how naturopathic medicine may be able to help you with your health concerns, you can have a free 15-minute consultation with me. I invite you to join me. Uh, Schedule a consultation, www.drturshah.com/free 15, FREE15. Schedule a time. We can chat for 15 minutes or so and see how I may be able to help support you on your healing journey. If you have any questions about any aspect of health, especially as it relates to hypertension or diabetes or something going on with your digestive system, feel free to shoot me a message, shoot me an email, an inbox on either Facebook or Instagram. Let's chat. I'm Dr. Turshá Hamilton. I'm your naturopathic doctor and holistic health coach, and I help those with diabetes, hypertension, and digestive distress to live better. I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk soon. Take care.